Hey, good morning, everybody. Gil here with GTraderPro on Sunday morning, September 7th, and certainly we're just coming off of a very active week in the markets and get ready for this upcoming week, which should be busy. The last week, I believe, here we've got a Fed meeting come up the following week on an interest rate decision. And we'll, of course, be expecting a pretty active week this week. Today's video that I wanted to post is not so much about market expectations and what have you, but a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and that is the proper career path, a proper path to take to be a long-term successful and consistent trader. And as you may or may not know, I have been at this now for quite some time, 38 years of being self-employed in the markets. And so I know a little bit about markets, and I know a little bit about the subject of trading for an income, trading for a career path. Now, many traders, of course, have spent a long time at markets, some very consistent, some very successful and profitable. Most, however, of course, we all know the statistics. Virtually 97% of all traders are not going to be consistent and fail. And in particular, I want to talk this morning, just briefly, just a few minutes, about the whole prop trading firm game and really racket, so to speak. There are some very good firms out there, of course, and but today's subject is the proper path to long-term success. And I see and read a lot. I see what others are proposing. And are proponents of, and the concept of how you get there and how you sustain is very important to me. I've got a chart up here. We'll get to this in a minute. This is one of the accounts we started a week or so ago in the live room. We have a couple going, at least currently. These are Bullinox accounts, and we'll talk about the progress this week. Slow and steady is always going to win the race. The concept of rushing to pass an eval very quickly, whether it's straight to funded, whether it's a one-day test, whatever it is, we all know the racket of how to pass eval accounts very quickly. Of course, take up multiple accounts, put on opposing trades, be willing to blow and lose one of those evals or several to pass one or two others, taking up multiple tests at the same time. We all know that game. And then for some reason, traders think that when they get to sim-funded or funded accounts, they're going to change their behavior and take a nice, slow, consistent path that almost never fails. The prop firms want to promote a behavior because once you get into a pattern of behavior, it's very hard for you to change that behavior. The right way to pass an eval, of course, is the way that you're going to trade a funded or sim-funded account, which is the same as you should take. The same approach you should take if you're funding your own cash account and trading your own funded cash account. These are $50,000 accounts, so therefore you've got essentially a $2,000 or $2,500 drawdown, a $3,000 target. Very typical, one of the most widely used account sizes, I believe. And so therefore, we all know you've really got a $2,000 account, or at best a $2,500 account, and you have to trade accordingly. And for some reason, people think that we can blow right through the evals, pass them quickly in a day or two, and then promise ourselves we're going to go to our funded accounts and trade them with much less leverage, much less risk management, so on and so on and so on. And yet it doesn't work. And that's because we take the wrong approach from day one. The concept of blowing accounts and being willing to blow out some accounts in order to pursue and get a payout, and then if you have to start all over again, you start all over again. The idea is payout. To me, is ludicrous. The idea is not payout. All right. The goal is not to get to a payout. The goal is long-term success. The goal is to achieve a payout status and maintain the payout status without having to start over and over and over again. If you can achieve getting beyond the drawdown and getting to payout status and maintain payout status, the objective should be to take payouts, take those funds, fund your own cash account, build that up slowly over several months, or perhaps longer, and have your own cash account. Now, whether you want to continue to trade prop money while you're trading your own cash, that's up to you. But the end game, the goal, should be to get to a cash account status where you're trading your own funds. You've built up the proper discipline. You've built that account up by using prop firm payouts and getting to where you want to be and maintaining that on a long-term basis. So the objective is to build discipline, build patience, build a technical knowledge and understanding of markets, and putting all of that together to get off the roller coaster once and for all. Now, we're going to have a very important webinar coming up this week. Don't have all the full details. Probably going to be Tuesday afternoon of this week coming up. Maybe Thursday, depending on some things I have to deal with personally. But we're going to have a very important webinar late in the afternoon. I hope you'll join me, and this is going to be the subject matter. It's going to be a wide open discussion, Q&A. You're going to have the opportunity to talk with me and ask me all kinds of questions. Again, I've been at this for 38 years. I'm 64 years old. And I think that our approach here at GTraderPro that we take each and every day can help you. I just want to go over a couple of things here briefly, and then we'll wrap it up. This account, again, this is an eval account. We started it back here at the end of August. And I had some personal time that I had to take off due to family health issues. But here you see some slow, steady progress in the last few days of August. And then we came in. Now, what started to change here, in particular on Friday, you see a nice little jump up here in the account. Slow and steady progress, no huge wins, as you can see. Now, again, I was distracted here with some family issues, but I continued to make slow and steady progress each and every morning in the room. Got in, made some money, and got things wrapped up. On the 4th, I think we had a little bit of a better day, and then we really had a nice jump on Friday in this particular account. Now, we started adding crude trades, so we'll be talking about that next week as well, what we call our CL Trader, using our Ultra Indicator, and there'll be a follow-up video showing some of that, and we'll talk about that next week in the webinar. But so I started to include into this account our crude trades, which we began posting every day. Intraday crude trade, a one-and-done type of event on a particular high probability setup. And so we started adding those into this account. And you can see that since we started adding that high probability crude trade, we've had some nice jumps here in this account. So this is what this account is all about. Let me change that to the account that we're not trading crude oil on. I'm isolating it. And here we can see, again, nice progress here in this account during the course of late August. We had a nice jump up here. Friday was a setback. We gave back some funds on Friday. We dug ourselves a pretty good hole early in the morning. We had some wins very early in the pre-market. We had some nice wins in the NASDAQ. I continued to trade in the market open, gave that back and a bunch more. Had a nice drawdown going on, stuck with it, and by the end of the day, by the end of the trading day in the live room, we had minimized that impact quite a bit. But we do see a drawdown here. Again, slow, steady progress, nothing dramatic. You know, we're not talking about making thousands of dollars a day and taking on huge risk. We're talking small trades, 2-3 micro contracts at a time, looking for reasonable point targets, but with very small positions and very manageable risk. We see a nice day here, slow, steady progress. Again, this is when I was out of the office quite a bit here during the course. Thursday was a nice full day for us. We had a nice jump, and then we gave some of that back on Friday. So this is very realistic trading, ladies and gentlemen. Again, no fanfare, no making thousands of dollars in a few minutes or thousands of dollars a day. Slow, steady progress, and we will get to where we want to be, which is funded status, and then we'll take the same approach with our funded account and trade it prudently, thoughtfully, responsibly until we get to where we want to be and where we need to be. All right. Let me show you. Let's just minimize this. We'll go here for a minute. This is a take profit account. This is a funded account. This is a pro account, and this is what you see for last week's results. All right, you can see here the daily journal, little drawdown, profit, 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 profit. Okay, and you can see the start date down here as well. So this is something that has been going on. This is where it sits. We can have a decent week coming up this week and perhaps get over the hump, which is $2,000, as you know, get over that hump and begin to start to withdraw funds. And so you'll be able to follow along with that. This will continue this week and looking for some good success. Just keeping it real. And again, the message is long-term track record, long-term success, utilizing our tried and true disciplined approach. And a lot of that is leaning on ultra. Real brief, I want to show you a little bit of a trade here. Now this is crude oil using the ultra indicator. So I just want to wrap up with a little bit of a teaser here on crude oil. Crude worked out beautifully using our ultra indicator. And we can see here in the wee hours of Friday morning, they broke below our ultra pivot and gave a nice short signal. So there was a really nice short signal, though. Those who have been following along every day in the live trading room and in our Discord channel knew that we were looking for a decline to $62.50 and then $62. In particular on Friday, I posted that very early Friday morning that crude was going to continue to decline and targets were $52.50 and thereabouts right there, $62.60, and then I said $62, and then they came down and hit $62. Now we did actually turn around and have a long trade in crude oil on Friday, and this was an ideal, perfect setup. Those who know the secret behind the crude oil trade knew that 61.50 was an excellent stopping point for the market to turn around, and it had a nice little turnaround here, certainly all the way back up into the end of the day to $62. So again, not a huge move, but 50 ticks. And this is why you saw the jump in the Bolinox account on Friday. We took advantage of this trade and benefited greatly from that trade. And just briefly on the subject of trading crude intraday, if you know what you're looking for and you're willing to be patient, so many traders come into crude oil right after the open and want to get something going right after the pit market sets up. And there can be very good setups right off the bat. Sometimes with crude oil, you just have to know what to wait for and be patient. And when you get it, the probabilities, these are the trades we're talking about, putting out each and every day now that have an 85% success rate track record, 85 to 90%. If you wait for the proper trade setup, the probabilities of success with crude oil on this one particular setup are extremely, extremely high. And this is what we're going to be really focusing on as we move forward here in September and into October. You'll hear more about that as we go forward. So this was I just wanted to illustrate this nice trade that helped out the account late in the day on Friday. Again, nice trades like this, 50 ticks, you don't have to take huge. And you don't have to take huge risk and have wide stops. When you know where and when to trade crude, these are the kinds of things we can achieve. So I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Again, the message is slow and steady wins the race. The idea of chasing quick payouts, blowing accounts in the process, if you want to pursue that and follow that path, that's fine. That's not the way to do it and sustain on a long-term basis. That's the way to burn out, give up, and say, I'm done. And if you really want to have a long-term success track record and be here 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 38 years from now, then follow the right path, please. And reach out to me. Follow us on Discord, GTraderPro. Of course, you can follow us here on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, greatly appreciate that. Check out our Facebook page and our website, GTraderPro.com. And please join our Discord community and consider being part of our live daily membership. And I look forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great rest of the weekend. And I'm looking forward to a very successful week of trading here starting tomorrow. I'll see you then.